everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be doing a workout vlog featuring Tyler. He's back. We're going to be focusing on mostly workouts for the gluteus maximus and medius minimus. All three?
Yeah, all three.
Your butt.
I'm about to light you up.
Yeah, I'm not excited about it. I did just finish a workout earlier this morning, so I'm not going to be at 100%, but we're gonna go through it. So stay tuned if you're interested.
Although we are going to do this workout is going to be perfect in light of the situation of everything going on. If you're at home and don't have access to a gym and you have resistance bands or maybe even no equipment, we'll do some things with no equipment so you can adapt to do your workout that way. But I recommend going to the gym because the best way to build glutes, one of my favorite sayings is like glutes are made in the gym, abs are made in the kitchen. You can do as much as you want here at home with some of these exercises and body weight, but your body needs external stress in order to adapt to that. So you need to put more load on your muscles, because at some point you can do 120 hip thrusts or 120 lunges, but eventually your body's going to get used to that stimulus, so you won't see much growth from that. So that's I'm not a runner by any means, but so you don't want your back to be arched out like this. You wanna tuck your pelvis under you, keep your abs tight. So when you're running, so instead of running like this up the hill, make sure you tuck your pelvis under, back right under the ribs. Keep your core down when you're running. It's gonna burn, but trust me, better safe than sorry. Lunging, we don't want to see this, we don't want to see this. Same philosophy as going up the hill. So anterior pelvic tilt, like you see the butt push back. This is posterior tilt. That's where you want to stay. So in order to stay in that position, you have to keep your core tight.
Which is fine. Do you like leggings that are from a black-owned business? They have like kente cloth type leggings, and they're all like one leg, so they're really fun. I'll leave the link in the description box, but I just had to put it in there.
Nice little shout out. Yeah. It's gonna be just like a regular hip thrust, but we're gonna throw a twist in because we got the foam roller. Now these are gonna burn, so I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna walk you through these.
Okay. You want to tilt the camera down further?
Yeah, so they can see. So, if you are in the gym, this is a great warm-up to do before squats or any lower body movement, or honestly, for anything that you're in the gym doing, because it's honestly one of my favorite exercises. So what you're gonna do is, you're gonna do a regular hip thrust, but you're gonna have the foam roller in between the legs, 90 degrees. Oh. You're gonna squeeze as hard as you can between your legs. You're gonna have your fists to the ground. Make sure the back is flat against the ground. You don't want up anterior pelvic. You want to be posteriorly tilted like we talked about earlier. Keep the abs tight. You're gonna squeeze through the glutes. And honestly, you do 15 of these, your whole body is gonna be lit on fire. I'm gonna let you feel it. I'm sorry in advance. Alright. So you gotta take this bad boy. Okay. You gotta get a little more vertical. And if you have a partner, this is perfect. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm actually gonna, because I don't want you to slide back. Do you care if I So I'm gonna push my shoulder, my knee against your shoulder, so you don't slide back, so you don't change your shin angle. This will back this a little bit. Squeeze here. All right. Now you're gonna take your fist, make a fist like this, push it to the ground, and then go ahead and do your hip thrust. Squeeze at the top. Yep. Make sure you're squeezing this as tight as you can. Yep. So these, you're gonna feel them in your adductors. You're gonna feel them on the glutes. You're also gonna feel your abs because you're working all of these at one time. So yeah, do about 15 of these. Oh my God. 15 reps. Do about 4 sets. Yeah, you can just stop at 5. Where you guys are gonna do 100 of these, and these will light you on fire. So the most important part is the squeeze at the top of the eccentric, the concentric. So make sure you get a real good squeeze on the glutes. And the concentric, think about it as the loading phase. So as she's going up, that's concentric. As she's lowering down, that's eccentric. So think about loading is concentric, eccentric is the lowering phase of the exercise. Okay, and so then another way you can do these is I'll take the band from you and show these hurt. I'll take that bands.
Okay.
Let's see if I can just stay there. We'll get over now.
Oh, please.
So what you'll do is you'll try to put your feet together like that.
Like a butterfly?
Yeah, like a butterfly. And you'll do these squeeze at the top. Make sure, again, keep your abs tight, keep your pelvis pulled down. So these, if you could get to 30 of these, with 3 sets, oh yeah.
Oh, I'm a little nervous.
Oh yeah. You should be. These hurt more than regular hip thrusts. They're called frog thrusters. I think that's what they're called.
Okay. Well, let me turn this up because I need something that's gonna like go crazy when I.
Yep. Just like that. So this one, I'm actually going to challenge you to lay on that shoulder. Perfect. Yep. And don't let your, so what we don't want to see is Nicrae twist back and abduct her hip like that, because that's going to take away the tension, and you're turning your torso away from the anchor point, I guess you could say, of the hips. So what we want to do is we want you square here, and we want just, so we're gonna pull this down. Be real hard on you. Alright. And so what you're gonna do is you kind of push your foot into, so bring this down just a little bit, push that foot into this foot while abducting your hip away. So as tight as you can. So make sure you're abducting as hard as you can on these. If you do, again, like 30 to 50 reps of these, those will light you up, especially after doing the frog thrusters. What you're gonna do is you're gonna loop the band around your neck. You're gonna bend down. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna step on this band. And you're gonna go stretch your feet out, about shoulder width apart. All right. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna, again, keep your hips posteriorly tilted. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna hinge back into this. This is gonna be more of the hamstrings, but you're gonna get that extension, and your glutes should be as tight as can be when you come back through. So load.
So you're squeezing your glutes?
Yep, load slowly into it, and then come back to neutral. Don't do this. Don't extend at the lumbar spine. You don't want to see that. Just keep the tension here. So wherever you start, that's where you want to finish. So even if you have to keep your hands there, you can do that. But I like to hold on here, just so I don't have any accidents. So that's another good one. talk about squats just because like I hear people like, oh, the best way to build big glutes is a squat. Contrary to belief, you gotta think that a squat, just like everything else pretty much that we do here, is a compound movement. It's called a compound movement because you're working multiple muscles at one time. So you're working knee flexion, knee extension. So your legs have to do this, hip extension and hip flexion, and you're working hip internal rotation. I'm sorry, hip adduction and adduction. So you're doing all those things at once. And plus, if you're doing it with a weight on your back, also now you got external rotation. You got all these different things going on. So it's as much as we think it's a glute builder, it's not. It's still gonna build your glutes some, but some of these other things that we talked about, like hip thrust, and if we had access to a gym, I will show you guys what's called a reverse hyper and things like that. But you can still do this, but don't think squats are end all be all for glutes. So if you don't have a band, you can just do air squats. But since we have a band, I'm going to demonstrate. This is actually very difficult, so air squats might actually be better. I don't even know if I can do this anymore. So
oh my gosh, are you doubting my ability, Tyler?
No, I'm doubting my own.
Challenge accepted.
No, I'm doubting my own. I don't even know if I can do it with keep it balanced. So what you're going to do here is, whatever your squat stance is, there's no perfect, contrary to what people believe. So you're going to try to pull up on this and get as much tension as you can. This is also a good drill for feedback to know if your feet are coming off the ground, so be careful. That's why I'm scared. So
make a triangle.
You're gonna pull up on this, so you're gonna feel that tension, and you're gonna squat down into that. It's deep. There's no such thing as you have to go ass to grass. You don't have to do that as deep as you could go. Like as of right now, I could probably only get to parallel with these. So you're gonna do these.
You can go deeper.
I probably could, but I don't want to
do it.
You see how she's trying to push me, man? But you can do these, or you can just do regular air squats, whichever one you prefer. If you have access to a band, like you see, I got 3 different bands.
Which one's the least resistant?
The least resistance is this red one.
That's what I want to do.
It's kind of, I don't know, what I've seen is
just tell me no, do the purple one.
No, we're gonna do the green one actually.
What's that?
That's the heaviest one. So I think.
I'm not.
I don't know if this is standard across most companies, but what I've seen is usually red. Is you can tell by the thickness of the band. Like obviously the red one the Cray has is very thin. You got the black second thinnest. Purple is thicker, and this is the thickest. It's actually a little bit easier. The lighter the resistance band, the harder it is, because the heavier band is actually pulling you into a better position. So you're fighting more with gravity. Or gravity is actually working with you because of this greater resistance. So yeah, and the Cray, because she's an athlete and track star.
Oh, why are you telling people lies? People's lies.
We about to.
This is a lie. I was the slowest person on the track team. I'm not an athlete. As much as I pretend to be. What song is this?
Same thing we just said. So either you can pull up on that band, or you could just anchor it around your wrist like this, whichever way feels more comfortable for you.
Feet, shoulder, squat.
Wherever's most comfortable for you to squat without falling over. So you can either do that, or you can pull up on it, where you can put your wrist, your wrist in between the band and pull up on them like that.
Which one's easier?
Probably if you put your wrist in there. And so yeah, the whole time you're going down, you're pulling up. So you're squatting, but you're still pulling up on it.
I don't think I can do it.
You can do it.
I'm like moving this so when I go down.
Okay, so let me see again. Go again. Totally fine. Just keep your feet planted. So don't even think about pulling up on it. Gravity will do that itself. But still squat. Just squat as you normally squat. You want the level?
And I just mount here. Thank you. Oh yeah, this is good.
So yeah, you can do with these banded or
so I'm only pulling on it when I'm coming up.
No, all the way through the movement. You're pulling on it. Either way.
How? Wait, do it next to me so I can see.
So. starting with it here with the tension. So I like to just keep it. I like to keep it like kind of pushing it away from you. Yeah.
But it comes down a little bit. It's supposed to come down a little
bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not saying.
So it's like, how can I not?
This is just to help keep the tension. Like you can like let it go, but you see what's gonna happen is it's gonna drop you and pitch you forward, which you don't want. Alright. So yeah, just keeping a little bit of pressure on it, so you can.
So then when I'm going down, I'm going out like that.
Right. So, yep.
Okay. That's not crazy difficult. Those other hip thrusters are worse than this.
Yeah, with the squats, this is another one that I would recommend doing like 100 of those if you can. Just as many as you can. Do it in 3 sets. So anywhere from, if 20 is first time you're doing it and 20 is a lot, then keep it there. There's no need to go. There's no need to go. There's no need to go crazy.
You do those sayings.
Yeah. It's because like you don't want to put your body in a state where it's redlining, where if you think about a gas meter in your car, you don't want to go all the way to where it's red to where your body takes like 4 or 5 days to recover. You want just enough to maybe where, if you're thinking about the gas meter, you're about halfway, where it's like, okay, I felt the workout. I know I did enough. I gave my body enough stimulus, but also with good nutrition, sleep, and staying as stress-free as possible, I can come in the next workout and either do the same performance or better. I'm gonna shoot for better always. But yeah, I see that a lot, where a lot of people get demotivated because they'll do a workout, they'll get like a personal trainer, the personal trainer like wrecks them the first workout, and then it takes them like 4 or 5 days to recover from that. But then they still go in like 2 or 3 days, and then they can't really do much because their body's not used to that stimulus. So give your body just enough to where you can recover it. I like to think about it this way. It's not about how much you can do in a workout, it's about how much you can recover from. It's kind of like the same philosophy we talked about before. Not worrying so much about doing less, think about things that you need to do more of. So you can work out and everything, but if you're not eating right, if you're not sleeping well, and you're always stressed, then what you do in the gym or outside when you work out, wherever you work out at, it's not really gonna do much. So those
so they have the donuts and Twinkies and Hostess cakes and honey buns and cupcakes.
Well, you named all my weaknesses, so I'm not gonna say don't eat those things, but you know, don't let it be the bulk of your diet.
I was specifically like being sarcastic to you, like calling that
no,
out.
I was like, how'd you gonna do me like that?
Attack.
At least you didn't say pizza, because then I would have.
I was going to, and I was like, okay, I won't.
But yeah, what I'm gonna do is Nicrae will put up like the sets and reps that we talked about, because I know it's like scattered here throughout the video. But again, anything that you do in this workout, just make sure you feel it enough. Don't worry so much about doing everything correctly. Just do something. I think that's the biggest thing that holds us back, not only from working out, but just things we try in life. Just do something and don't worry about the judgment of others, because at the end of the day, we all got to start somewhere. We all have to do something wrong.
Preach. Okay, Pastor Tyler.
That's literally how I feel. Like, I remember when I first got into fitness, I was so worried about I was still kind of like self-conscious because I got like the calves of a little boy. But you know, at the end of the day, like at the end of the day, I enjoy fitness. I enjoy it for myself. So, and you're doing this for you. This is your journey. This is not anybody else's journey. So don't worry about everyone else's expectations or someone looking at you funny. At the end of the day, we all had to start somewhere, and we all had to grow and evolve to a different place. So even if you do this workout, and I'm not saying this is the best workout, I'm not saying this is a must-do workout, this is us giving you something to start somewhere. So if anything, we want you guys to take away from that and just enjoy it, no matter what it is. Even if you went outside and walked the hill for 30 minutes, like
I don't know.
I mean, that's more than if you would just sat at home and didn't work out at all. So again, like
your face, pizza.
Exactly, yeah. Like me. Don't be like me on Sundays. Listen to R&B music and eat pizza. No judgment.
You do need days like that though, to just like
exactly.
relax. just have like a cheat day, which is technically not a cheat day because you're cheating yourself, but like I guess that's when you're cheating yourself.
You also got to think like a lot of like we look at it like just for the food aspect, but it's really a psychological thing. Like especially when people talk about dieting, like at some point you got to you're putting your body through so much stress of working out and putting yourself in a caloric deficit. It is essentially psychologically arousing to have your favorite food or something like that. So I agree. Don't beat yourself up about that. Be objective, but be kind to yourself and start somewhere. So
well, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you next time. I already see my butt getting bigger, so I mean summer 2020 body is coming.